Peace and Blessings Collective. Welcome in. This is new, different. It's not new or different, but it kind of is. This is my first time recording a YouTube video, like just for YouTube in this space. And I felt so very called in ways that are beyond my understanding, even to come and sit down to read for the collective here on YouTube because I, in some ways, felt called out as having neglected. Did you hear that? That pop in, I don't know what that was, but it was inside my body. As having neglected my collective here. And it feels like this channel is supposed to be slow. And for me to express my gratitude, because there was a video that I posted, I will link it here in the cards. I think it was titled, "Are You Ready to Be in 5D?" And that video called a lot of you here. And a lot of you said, like, in the comments, let me know that your guides sent you to that video. And I don't take that lightly. That there are teams of light that entrust this vessel to guide their vessels. And I know that that's my calling. I know I am called to guide and lead, but lead by fearless example, lead by going first, not lead by having followers. I had a feeling that this was going to be a little teary, but I was hoping I had gotten all the tears out already because I sat down in meditation before hitting record and the tears were flowing then too. But I just have so much gratitude for the calling. I am so grateful for the calling, and that though the calling is you. You are calling me, whether you realize it or not, but I am so grateful that you are here, hearing the sound of my voice. Grateful, honored, and humbled. I really am being intentional about slowing down. And I'm looking, because I have many decks in front of me, and I'm so grateful for the resources I've been able to accumulate. But it also has, because there was a point in time where I was just pure channeling and not using cards. And, that was a test. I won't, test may not even be the right word, but it was a challenge for me because it was like, okay, you deliver the message and you deliver what feels resonant. And this is from my human's perspective, because that was, excuse me, before I embarked on, was activated into, woke up in the fifth dimension. Before I knew that it's not just me here. Like, I always knew it wasn't just me, but I didn't know what. But now, having fully understanding that my higher self has integrated into this vessel. Like, I have integrated my higher self and my ego, meaning that my higher self is what channels through this vessel. I want to say all the time, more often than not, certainly. But to know that I am here to walk hand in hand with you all on this new beginning, on this new journey. We are walking this path together, and that's why I'm here, to lead by fearless example. And this morning, literally just this morning, even though I took the leap 1 month and 3 days ago, 1 month and 4 days ago now, it is becoming more and more clear to me why I needed to take the leap when I did, because as I sat down in meditation, I realized just how much of the collective energy that I've really been transmuting and carried, like, allowing to flow through me for transmutation, because I have taken the leap on a, like, looking like this, like literally leap and the net will appear, falling into the flower of life. Um, because I have talked about it on this channel, like on this page, but it was from a TikTok live, not a straight up YouTube video like this actually is. But I quit my job back in June. June 12th, to be specific, was my last day. And not knowing, you know, anything really. Like, I just knew that I had to, or I wasn't going to make it. Like, my human vessel was not going to make it, trying to conform and shrink and hide and dim constantly. Like, I needed to free myself in order to be able to be myself. Um, and, you know, like, at this point in the journey, I don't know where I thought I would be, because that's the thing. I really have, like, relinquished all attachment to outcome. And I'm seeing the creator over here. Like, I'm just allowing the creation to unfold in front of me. And I have seen so many, I I don't even know how to explain it, because the abundance and the joy and the ease that I've experienced over this last month has been all that my if my human never experienced ease in this way again, this has been the most peaceful, the calmest, the most joy filled, even in the moments when the ego does arise and has all these questions. There's no more uncertainty about whether or not I did the right thing, whether regardless of how it turns out. And as a leader, you have to be confident in the choices that you make, regardless of what the outcome is, knowing that you did all you could do with what you had at the time. Whew. I I'm seeing this welcome abundance into your life. Prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith that Source will heal your financial challenges. And that is a message for me, literally leading by in in the paradigm where you do not perceive lack, when you still live in this 3D world that has not necessarily caught up to that experience of there being no lack. There are still voices that will try to dissuade you from your inner knowing, but you have to stand firm in knowing that what you know for yourself does not have to be true for anyone else for it to be true for you. And that is something that, even as I'm saying these words to you, I am personally integrating. Like, this is not this is the vulnerable part. This is me sharing with you these experiences on the ground floor. Like, I don't know what's next. In all honesty, I don't even know how I'm going to pay my rent this next month. Like, I don't know. I know that I'm going to. 11:11 on the timer as I said that. Oh my God. Okay. But I don't know how. But I'm not scared. I have no fear, because whatever the outcome is, it's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's already done. There's no need for worry. Like, the the Bible say it, like, the I don't even, and the crazy thing is, I don't know if this is actually even a direct quote from the Bible, but I know it's a Christian quote. But if you're going to worry, don't pray. And if you're going to pray, don't worry. And that's it. The faith, the knowing. If you know, and it doesn't even have to be an ego knowing. The knowing is a feeling. It's a resonance that is beyond words. And you have to trust that. just because you don't have the words to put to it does not mean it does not exist, does not mean it is not real. You carry frequencies, codes, energy that this world has yet to experience. You came here with a unique frequency to anchor into the grid in order to bring in this new earth energy, this 5D new earth experience. And one, two, three, four, as I feel called to share with you what I believe is my next endeavor. I am in the midst of my application for a PhD program in philosophy, cosmology, and consciousness because this 5D New Earth paradigm, literally as I'm looking at paradigm shift, Serapis B, activation to grow, make the necessary change. And under that was divine discernment. Um, I want to, in the most tangible way possible, study this transition into the 5D New Earth, regardless of if it's symbology, metaphoric, mythopoetic is the way ChatGPT described it. And as someone who is living it, who is experiencing it, who is anchoring it, it's more real than anything I've ever felt, anything I've ever experienced. It has brought me so deep into my vessel in a way that I never have been before. I have always been in the past, like my entire life, really, up until maybe a year ago, like, and probably less than that, really. But I was very dissociative. I lived in my head and above. I was very rarely in my body. Like the way that I feel resonance now, like I can remember maybe random times where, I could feel what I feel in my vessel now, which I describe as like my skin buzzing. Like that's what resonance feels like to me. And it happens in different parts of the body, or it could just be my entire body, depending on what I'm resonating with. Um, but I was never present enough in my body before to be able to communicate with it in that way, because the knowing that my higher self, my soul, my non-physical essence coded this particular vessel to be able to speak to me. And this is true for everyone. Your vessel is coded to speak to you, and it's always speaking to you. And that makes me want to get my handmade deck, which has been sitting back here for quite some time. What is this? Sticky. I don't like sticky. What is it sticking to? Meditate. And that literally has been you are not your thoughts. Meditating has truly helped me ground into that fact that I am not my thoughts. I don't know what this, oh, I do know what that is actually. I don't like that it's there. Sorry, getting a little distracted. We'll get rid of that later. But yes, your body is speaking to you always. Like there is always a message to be heard, even if it's just to go have a glass of water. Like listen to your body. Fire. I feel like a lot of us have been feeling a lot of heat in our vessels, not just like summertime heat, but like an internal heat. And then I'm seeing believe it to receive it, which it is really where we are at this point, that in order to receive these things that you know are for you, you have to take the divinely inspired actions in alignment with those tasks, with those visions, with that abundance. We have karmic and express yourself and raise your vibration. Raise your vibration beyond karma, because in this fifth dimensional expression of earth, karma no longer exists because you know what your intent is, and it's every action done from a place of pure intention, regardless of how it is received, because you cannot control how someone receives the the outcome of whatever it is that you did. Breakdown to breakthrough, that might be the catalyst for a breakdown for them, and in that moment it may feel as though you've wronged them, you've hurt them, you've intentionally done something to cause them discomfort, but that is their cue to investigate why you were able to have access to them in that way. Why are you giving someone else the power to wound you in a way that would make you respond out of character? Because you have full control over your response. I feel like I'm supposed to tap deeper into that stream. Like the removal of karmic experiences, the clearing of karmic ties, karmic bonds. That's okay, because yesterday on TikTok, a lot there I put out 2 messages, and both of them ended up being around releasing. And the in order to really anchor in these frequencies, you have to be willing to let go of every karmic connection. Because if the karma is truly cleared, then that connection no longer serves a purpose. And not feeling selfish or superficial. There's another word there. Not feeling like, I don't know, there's a word there, but it's like not feeling any type of way for thinking that your relationships need to be purposeful, because they're supposed to be. Otherwise, why are you in relationship if there is no purpose? Every relationship serves a purpose, even if it's temporary. Yeah. There's balance, and then I transmute limiting beliefs into opportunities for expansion. 111 lesson. The purpose of those relationships is are lessons. Like, there's something to be learned, there's something to be integrated, and then you can release, because you know that everything that is happening outside of you is a reflection of your internal experience, like of your internal experience, of your internal world, your internal landscape. Your reality is the screen that your projector shines on. So whatever you are projecting from the inside is what you are going to experience on the outside. So be mindful of what you are projecting, of what you are thinking, of what you are carrying, because you have the ability to move forward without karma, but you have to accept that as your reality and be willing to let go of anything in your life that carries any karmic weight, which is, I was going to say maybe easier said than done, but as someone who is leading by fearless example, I I have had to make choices that I have been on the verge of for years. Like and looking back, I now see how my higher self has known this entire time that this time was coming, even though it could have come sooner had I decided to tap in the way that I am tapped in now. But it wasn't meant to happen sooner. It was meant to happen for such a time as this, when we are all at this stage of transition, of paradigm shifting, when all of the outer planets are making ingresses and we are now experiencing cosmic consciousness in a way that we have never experienced it before. I am going to tap into the Dragon Oracle cards, and I think that's going to be where I leave it, because I really just needed to talk to you directly. Like, I needed to talk to my YouTube collective directly. Let me get things situated here. was fast. Bottom of the deck is Earth Dragon. We have Golden Christed Dragon. Brings you higher love so that you embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. I'm holding on. I'm going to read Earth Dragon as well. Clears your path and the land around you. Stay grounded. Be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward in life. The path is clear. The karma is clear. Whew. I think I'm going to read Earth Dragon first, and then we'll read the Golden Christed Dragon. Okay. Fourth dimensional Earth Dragons are brown, the color of the soil. They love the planet and the land itself. If it was these sturdy dragons who helped to build the original dragon lines that we now call ley lines. Part of their service work is to travel along them to clear them when asked to do so. When you send an instruction to the Earth Dragons to work with the ley lines, they can power away under the surface to clear any blockages. This impacts hugely on people and situations in the vicinity. They can also help to ground us and our mission in this life. Guidance. It is time to clear unwanted energies that are preventing you from moving forward. Some of these may be in the earth, under your home or office, or where you travel. Call on the Earth Dragons and ask them to remove all that is not in accordance with divine light. Then sense the frequency rising within the land and on your path. This card also suggests you may be called on to do planetary service work, as the Earth Dragons will take the opportunity to cleanse any ley lines you focus on. Take a moment to direct them to clear the planetary grid and visualize the grid glowing and shimmering. When you walk, think of the Earth Dragons and connect with them through the earth. Ask them to ground you and your vision, for this card signifies that they are now boosting your spiritual journey and you are ready to fly. Notice the progress you make. Call on the Earth Dragons to clear the path beneath you. Golden Christed Dragon. Golden Christed Dragons are fifth dimensional dragons with huge golden energy fields. They can access the Christ light of unconditional love at a ninth dimensional frequency. This is the highest facet of love energy that is available to us at this time, and pour it into us at the maximum level we can absorb. They will come to us on our birthdays or special occasions or celebrations and flood us with the cosmic gift of their special light. They will also come to us if we call them. Then they will surround our aura with their protective golden light, enabling us to remain fifth dimensional. Guidance. You are blessed to receive this card, for the luminous golden Christed dragon will automatically flood you with the purest Christ light. They will remind you that your heart is incredibly powerful and will pour pure love into the center of it in order to open it further. Be ready to accept this love and then to spread it to others. These dragons also come to remind you that you have a special connection to the golden era of Atlantis. This may have been in incarnation or in your spirit body. It is time to remember who you truly are. So ask the golden Christed dragons to help you to bring back your gifts and talents in your dream state. When the golden Christed dragons give to you, you can pass on to others. So radiate the golden energy of the Christ to those with whom you are in contact today. Whew. It felt like throat chakra clearing, like there's drainage happening, which I believe has happened in a previous video that is posted to this channel. But this is like a newer physical signal from my vessel of energy clearing, but it's like drainage, literally. Like the line is being cleared. And I was trying not to edit, but I do need to get this out. So I'm just gonna cut the actual nose blowing. I think that's as clear as I'm gonna get right now. There's probably more blowing I could do, but I don't want to prolong this the video any longer, even though I'm gonna edit that part out. But yeah, trust the lessons you receive. And then I'm seeing crown chakra and rest. Crown and root. Yeah, there's your chakra system is opening and you are connecting to the higher chakras. Like your root and your crown, the free flow between them is open, but now there is open flow between the soul star and your earth star chakra. You're grounding in new frequencies and you're receiving lessons that you may not even have to work for. Like you don't have to have the experience to integrate the lesson, because you are open and receptive to receiving the messages that are coming from your higher self, from past lives, from past incarnations, that golden era in Atlantis energy. There are things that you will be integrating and may begin to understand. And I'm also seeing over here crown chakra upgrades. So be open to receiving, and if you're not in the habit of documenting what you receive, you may want to get into that habit, because I have a feeling that things are really about to pick up. But on that note, I am going to love and leave y'all right here. I am wishing you an abundant ascension, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to your guides for sending you to this message. Love y'all. Peace. I am divinely protected and all is well. I am fully supported in my ascension. My path upward is clear. I receive, spend, and save massive amounts of money, and that's just how it is. I have everything I need the moment I need it. Everything I need to know finds me at the perfect time. Everything is new. Everything is different. Everything has changed for the better. I am limitless, and my life is full of ease. And so it is, and so shall it be. In grace and gratitude, with harm to none, this game of life is already won. So mote it be, and so it is.